Hey guys, so I am in my living room and today I am going to wash clothes. I'm actually going to go to the laundromat. So I'm going to show you how I do that. First, I'm going to start off by sorting my clothes. So before you go to the laundromat or before you wash clothes at home or wherever you wash clothes at, you want to make sure that you sort them. So you want to put the lights in the light pile, colors in one pile. Maybe you have whites, you put those in a separate pile. And the purpose of doing that is so that your colors don't bleed and so you don't mess anything up. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Okay guys, so here I am sorting my clothes, and as you can see, I have three piles. I've got my darks with this dark shirt right here. I've got my whites, and then I've got more so color items. So before you wash, you want to make sure that you sort your items, and the purpose of that is so that you don't ruin your clothes, so that lights don't bleed into darks or darks don't bleed into lights and mess them up. You want to sort your clothes before you wash them. You may notice that I'm turning some things inside out, and that's because I want to make sure that I don't ruin any of the lettering or the stitching on the front part of the item of clothing that I'm working on. So if you have any shirts, especially t-shirts with writing on the front, or even my jeans, I like to turn those inside out. Make sure that you turn them inside out so that you don't ruin them. So I finally made it to the laundromat, and as you can see, I am loading the washer with my darks, so my dark colored clothing. So the key to when you're washing clothes, no matter where you're washing clothes at home or at the laundromat, you want to make sure that you do not overfill the machine, or you could damage your clothes or you could damage the machine. So I always try to leave just some space in there so that I don't damage any of my clothing. You can see here that I have some deodorant stains on my shirt. So just take some Shout. I think you can use baking soda too, but I have Shout just from Walmart. And I'm just scrubbing it in here so that those deodorant stains will be removed once I wash it. And in the next washer, I'm just going to go ahead and put in my colored clothing. Now, sometimes I will kind of mix my colors and my darks, and that's because I know that they're not going to bleed, or that the colors are not going to get on something else that's lightly colored, and I know that because I've already washed it. But if you're not sure, make sure that you separate, everything. If it takes 3 washers to do it, then make sure that you do that. And as you can see, I have my quarters here, and I'm going to go ahead and press the keypad here. I'm putting my clothes on normal wash with warm water. So before you wash your clothes, make sure that you set the washer settings. Maybe you're washing on warm or cold. It depends on what you're washing. I'm only washing my regular clothes, so there's not anything too special in there. So a normal warm wash is perfectly fine. I also like to kind of let my washer start running first. I want to get some water in there before I put my washing detergent. And as you're filling up your washing detergent cup, you don't want to fill it up too much. So I kind of filled mine like halfway. And then you're just going to pour it inside of the washer. Sometimes when there's some leftover in the cup, I take a little water and I put it inside of the cup to kind of break up the rest of the leftover laundry detergent, and I pour it just right in the washer. So I didn't show you how I wash my whites, but when you're washing white clothes, of course you have to wash those separate. And you want to use just a little bit of bleach, and you can use some baking soda too. So my clothes are finished, and it typically takes about 30 minutes for them to finish washing, maybe like 25 or 30. And I just take them out of the washer, make sure that anything's not, twisted up or tangled up. And I have a little cart that's near me, and I put them inside of my cart. So I finished washing, it's time to dry. Make sure you have some dryer sheets nearby. I'm actually going to split my 2 loads again into 2 loads for drying because I have some really fancy sheets that I don't want to ruin. They need to be dried on low heat. So just like you would wash your clothes separately, and on different cycles, make sure you do the same when drying. You don't want to overload the dryer or you could ruin your clothes and things won't get dried as quickly as you like. And it typically takes me about 20 minutes for my clothes to dry. I do go back and forth to check them to see if I need to take anything out or put extra quarters in the machine. So if you're washing at the laundromat, make sure you're checking your items. And I like to use at least 2 dryer sheets in each of my loads. You don't want to go overboard with the dryer sheets, so 1 to 2 should be good enough. So my clothes are finished and I'm taking them out of the dryer. I have my cart right in front of me so I can just put everything in there. I know some people like to fold their clothes at the laundromat. I don't. I guess I'm just weird in that way. I just put them all in my laundry bag and then I bring them back home to fold them. And these are my clothes that I actually did not put in the dryer. Of course, you don't want to put everything in the dryer because some things may shrink or they may just do better with air drying. So as you can see, these clothes are still wet and I'm going to just hang them up in my bathroom or sometimes I hang them up on my bedroom door so that they can air dry. All right, guys, so this is my least favorite part, folding clothes. Have you ever just let clothes just sit there? I think everybody does that. But going to the laundromat actually helps me to fold my clothes right away. I'm not sure why. But When I'm folding clothes, I like to use a surface that's flat like my couch and that's higher up so I'm not bending down and leaning all over. And then all of your clothes are in one spot so nothing kind of goes missing. I'm actually not the best folder, but some tips when folding are that you basically just want to make it nice and neat, okay? Whether that's you folding like a square or a hamburger method or using the hot dog method the long way. However you're folding, just make sure it looks good. Alright guys, so drop down in the comments and let me know if this video was helpful for you. Is there a particular way that you like to wash clothes, or maybe a certain day or time that is the best time for you to get your washing done? Please drop down in the comments and let me know. Also, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And be sure to check out my blog, Dugan Digs Disability. The link is below in the description box. And I'll see you next time. Bye!